Last night I watched an Axe Effects video with Cooper Carter and he was showing how to make the perfect ambient clean tone. So I figured these ideas are transferable. Let's see if we can make it in the GT-1000. Let's go. Hey, hope you're doing well. So ambient tone in the GT-1000, that's what we're looking at today. By default, Boss has so very kindly made a whole heap of presets for us, and there actually are some really great ambient tones already in here. So go through and check out all your presets, guys. There's some really good ones in here. So in this patch, what he had was a very clean amp. He had 3 delays, a chorus, a big cathedral reverb, a few other things, and it just sounded amazing. But let's go through now and see what we can come up with. So first off, we're gonna get a nice clean amp. I'm going to go with the JC-120. Now, I played through a JC-120 for the first time in my life last week, and it blew my mind. That is the clean tone that I've been searching for my entire life. I just plugged in, I played, I turned the fixed chorus on just up a little bit. That's it. That was my clean tone. I'm going to have to buy one of them eventually. One day. Anyway, for now, so the only thing we don't have on this JC-120 is the chorus, but we can add that in later, which we will do. We'll get to that. Turn the bright on, we're not to be nice and sparkly, presence up a little. We'll play with those in a minute when we go through. Now down here on the cab, let's change, actually being a JC-120, let's go with the 2x12, and I'm gonna get a blend. We can play with the cabinet and the mic positioning till the cows come home. Same with the amp settings. I think it sounds pretty good as is, so let's just leave that right there. Now they've already got some hall reverb on here. Now I just initialized this patch and this is how it loaded up. Now he had a big cathedral reverb, so what do we got? We're going to go with this dual reverb. The hall side of things, turn the effect level up to about, let's go to 55 is good for starters. There's going to be a bit of pre-delay there so we can get it out of the way of our guitar. The modulation isn't there, it's down here. There we go. So we're going to turn the modulation up there so we have a bit more interest going on. Time up a little bit. Look, so already that sounds pretty good. Right, the plate up, it's darken the hall. There you go, big spacey reverb, sounds great. Actually, another thing that I found interesting is that he put the cabinet right back here. Now, if we move that, that is still gonna go straight to the main left and right out, so don't worry about that. So we're gonna put the reverb at the end. Now, if you remember, I said he had 3 different delays, which is pretty insane when you think about it, but it made a lot of sense. Now, in the GT-1000, the master delay block is where you can get all of the different delays. You get a lot more different options. There are 4 delay blocks in here in total. However, every other one is just a standard digital delay. Let's just get delay 1. Let's bring this into this divider and pop it on that side. Let's turn that on. Now, I'm going to match it to the time so that everything stays together. Darken it up a little bit. Alright, so there's a good start. We've got delays going into the reverb, sounds quite nice. But then get a second one, pop it onto the other side here. Make that dual. Now you've got to be careful here when you do this because as you can probably hear, it got significantly louder when we added in the second delay and made this stereo. So obviously it doubles up. Now first off, I'm going to change this. At a slightly different time, the level can come down a little bit and the feedback can go a little bit longer. So in this instance, what we're going to do here, let's just change that from stereo to pan left and right. And now this delay here is going to be on your left and this delay here is going to be on your right. So this is moving along nicely. It's starting to come together in this sort of big ambient space. We've got 2 delays, big reverb there. But remember that these are just standard analog delays. There's no modulation going on those. So what we can do is we can bring an effect block in behind the delay. If we do that, that is now going to affect the dry signal as well. So what I'm going to do here is I'm going to take that mix block, take this divider, and now put that into this divider. I'm going to make this one also to be dual. That now I'm going to keep nice and clean. Now this here, what I'm going to do is I'm going to turn the direct level all the way down on both of those, so that's just the delays. So, to make my point, just delays. So that one we just leave as stereo because it's splitting. This was just our dry signal here. That's the delays with a little bit of flanger, and it comes back here, gets mixed back together, and comes back into here. Now because this one is panned left and right, those delays are now panned left and right. This side is going to be flanging. Turn the depth down a little. I don't want it to go on too much. Bit of a high cut. There we go, that's pretty interesting already. Now I'm going to do the same thing on this delay block. I'm going to get effects number 3 here, and let's try something else. Pitch shift. I don't want them to be too out of tune, but we're going to bring the effect level down a little bit so it doesn't get too, it's not too obvious. So there we go, that is a really cool, nice, beautiful, ambient, delay, whatever, space going on there. Now, like I said, he had 3 delays going on. Now I've got 2, one's flanging, one's got a pitch shift. But then to make it a bit more interesting, let's get the master delay. We're gonna have this delay, so everything, including my dry tone, is gonna be coming into this delay, as well as these delays going into the big reverb. Let's go with the space echo. So I want to have this sort of wow and flutter thing happening on there. Modulation, yes. I'm not going to have any ducking, and we'll have all of this set to a quarter note. Direct level all the way up, and the effect level, we'll bring that down a little bit. Let's have a listen. First of all, let's have a listen to what's happening in this. Turn the reverb off so you can hear it. So there we go, that sounds amazing. One thing that you want to do when you have your clean tone is of course come back to the beginning. We've got our space at the end, but let's bring in a compressor. And let's just go our standard Boss compressor. Look, I think this sounds pretty amazing already. I'm going to bring these down just a little bit. Yeah, that's a bit better there. So now we have a nice clean tone. We've got the compression at the start now, which is going to bring out all the notes of the guitar. It's not going to get lost in that wash. And then we do have this big ambient space at the end. So it's not only a reverb, we've got 3 delays and a lot of effect going on. Now, of course, we do want to bring in some chorusing. Scratchy pot, I'll have to clean that one up. Pretty nice tone, I quite like that. That chorus right there, that's just the default, that's how the Stereo 2 loaded up. I quite like the Dimension C effect. The Dimension C is not in the GT-1000, but I think this is pretty close. Now in that video, he did put the chorus effect after the cabinet, so that's where I've popped that for the moment. Let's try it before. Now remember as well, this is without any EQ. I don't think I have any or much going on my master. Okay, I've got a low cut at 50 and a high cut at 10K, but other than that, there's no other EQ going on. So I definitely am going to come in and I'm going to EQ things and make it sound a little bit nicer as well. But this is straight up just this beautiful JC120 amp tone, all set to 50 there besides the presence. I brought the bright switch on. And the reverbs and the delays, of course, have been EQ'd a little just to get things out of the way of the guitar tone. Now, the other thing that he did is he brought in a different amp. X high gain, that's a good one, cool. And we did this sort of thing. Now it's really scratchy. Try the other one. So I need to bring the level up. Now I'm obviously using the volume to roll that in and out there, but you can of course use your expression pedal, works exactly the same. That is the bomb. So then for this patch, all you will need to do to change from your clean to your dirty tone is go to your assigns, come here, select divider number 1, channel select, A and B, toggle, control 1, and of course turn it on. Now in mine, I have this control 1 already. And there we go. I'm going to include this patch in my Ambient preset pack, which you can get in the link in the description. But the whole point of this was to walk you through this patch, show you how it's done, and of course give you some ideas. So by all means copy this one, but if you want to check the rest out, they're downstairs. This patch of course will work in both the GT-1000 and the GT-1000 core. All you need to do is copy the patch across to your librarian and it shows up in the other device when you load it up. There we go. Hope you guys enjoyed the video. I hope you enjoyed this patch and have fun using it. Don't forget to like and subscribe. But for now, thanks for watching. Stay tuned. See you next time.